going on, Lions fans? Let's chit chat for a minute, man. Beautiful day out here. It's like, what, 75 degrees right now. After we've been in the 90s here in Michigan. Yeah. I was watching ESPN about a week ago. It was either Fox Sports or ESPN, one or the other. And it was Jalen Rose. It was Orvlowski. Stoney and another guy. I can't never remember that dude's name. They're talking about the Detroit Lions. Are the Detroit Lions going to make the playoffs? And the answer was 2 yeses and a no. Of course, the other guy said no. Jalen Rose and also Dan Orvlowski, which is a big-time Lions fan still, said that the Lions were definitely going to make the playoff if the defense can be half as decent. Now, doesn't that sound familiar? He actually brought up every single point that I made when I was doing my little prediction saying that they were going 10-6. So we both reached common grounds on what the Lions need to do. Obviously, everybody knows the defense was the problem last year. But it's not only that that's going to play the factor in the Detroit Lions making the playoffs. It's the other teams. And that's what he brought up, man. And he said exactly the same thing that I said. Minnesota Vikings just are not they're not going to be as good as they were, losing those veterans that they lost, losing all them impact players they lost, and replacing them with rookies, and possibly about to lose their running back or to a holdout or, whatever situation may unfold. So until he gets paid, he won't be participating in anything Vikings. So Dalvin Cook wants his money. That's a problem for the Vikings who don't have any money. Yeah. So with that being said, we move on to the Bears. Everybody knows the obvious problem with the Bears. You don't even know who the quarterback is going to be with the Bears. The defense is going to be solid. It's the Bears. They're always going to be solid. But can they produce points? That I still do not believe that they will be able to do consistently enough to beat teams. That defense will help to slow some teams, man. But be it the new style of the NFL now, the speed of the game now, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for the Bears to stop the Lions' attack on offense, man. They have too many weapons now on offense. They can, on all 3 levels, they can hit you. Running back, tight end, and receiver. So that's going to be a tough task and a tall task for the Bears. That's why I had them beating the Bears. But then you look at Green Bay. Green Bay, obviously everybody knows what's going on. Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers is not happy about it. Let's just be honest about it. His future with the Packers is pretty much coming to an end. The Packers still didn't do really anything that makes me say, wow. They took advantage of a really lucky year. A lot of people say, oh, man, they still made the playoffs. They went this and that. 5 of those games, they played backup quarterbacks. Let's just be real about it. They were not playing full-powered teams. And, with them being so early in our schedule, I think the Lions going to absolutely kick their ass. Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones probably will go nuts against the Packers as usual. So, as far as the Packers go, man, and I'm not saying all 3 of these teams in our division are going to be absolute sweeps. That is not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm pointing out to you is the reason why I believe that they can make the playoffs this year because of the schedule. You have teams on our schedule that are tanking, get ready to tank for next year's draft pick. Some teams that are just put together and they will probably struggle to gain chemistry. You have teams where they have significant players that left. So it's like, the Lions have a 100% opportunity to make the playoffs, and probably even win a game. Probably win a game. Let's start there first. Let's start first with going to the playoffs, and then we can talk about winning a game. But yeah, 9-7, 10-6. That's still what I'm sticking with. I prefer 10-6, but 9-7 to be the safe pick. If healthy enough. Every team's going to lose some players. We just have to keep Matthew Stafford upright. We have enough. We have a little bit more depth this year, especially on the offensive end, obviously. We have a little bit more depth, which is, makes me a little bit more comfortable to say if Matthew Stafford is healthy, then the Detroit Lions obviously will have a chance. It's no way that you can tell me those games that we were close in when we had our two backups, Driscoll and Blau, playing quarterback. You cannot tell me that if Matthew Stafford was healthy, they would have not won those games. It wouldn't have probably even been close because the chemistry was building between him, T.J. Hockenson, and also Amendola. Already got the chemistry there with Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay. But, when you got Kerryon going down and Matthew going down, and you got all the injuries that you started the season with on defense that lingered throughout the season. I mean, come on. What do you think is going to happen? The surprising part is that they still stuck close in those games. They didn't win them. They stuck close. Still points to my conspiracy theory that they tanked. But yeah, Darius Slay wasn't healthy. Snacks wasn't healthy. Trey Flowers wasn't healthy. Jared Davis wasn't healthy. Even though he ain't the greatest. But, yeah. Deshaun Hand wasn't healthy. It's just like everybody, all of our key players that we point to were out. So, that was the situation. And, of course, the defense is going to be bad when that type of thing happens. You come out of training camp, Mike Daniels, you've seen him, 1 or 2 games? And not even full games. So, what do you expect to happen, honestly? And that's why I say with them having this extended time off, letting those bodies truly heal, coasting along and getting them bodies ready for the camp the right way, not coming into camp with injuries like I was last year when I was there. We had all them guys that wasn't participating in camp. That's not going to be the case this year. Everybody on the team should be healthy. And that is something that we absolutely need. So you have to look at those scenarios. Those are the reasons why I say the Lions are going to make the playoffs. I am not a homer when it comes to saying that the Lions are going to make the playoffs. I'm very careful with that. Last year, I believe they would have. Before the season started, I said that they would, and I still believe that they would have if circumstances was a little bit different, at least halfway different. Like, God, dog. You know what I'm saying? It was just injury after injury, man. Even Hockenson. So, even though, they went away from the tight ends, man, they held players back for the tanking conspiracy. Let's just put that out there again. We'll see what happened this season, man. You added more of your guys, Matt Patricia. Let's see you coach them up. This is your year. This is the year where you say, okay, now see what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. The first couple of years we know that was a build. You have to build. But the underrated signings of, players like Shelton and especially Mr. Collins, who can actually cover tight ends, the alien that he is of a player that, he plays several different positions, adding him to the defense, man, and let him flourish in that defense. Back with, Matt Patricia, having our new defensive coordinator who is absolute genie with cornerbacks and safeties with the secondary. So that's going to be fun. You got a bunch of linebackers that have Super Bowl experience now. So it's going to come together. That's pretty much what this video is about. It's going to come together, and you'll get an opportunity to finally see what was being built. Even though we were, so mad at this and that, I still stuck to my guns and said, let them finish building. A lot of fans, of course, you're going to have fans that get butthurt all the time. You got to look at the history of the Detroit Lions. It's understandable. But due to the circumstances last season, I absolutely 100% understood that. And that's what made it easier for me to say, okay, I think they're going to go into tank mode now and get that draft pick, because it was just not worth it with Matthew down. It wasn't worth it for them to even try to make that type of push. That's my theory. I'm not saying that's factual. It's my theory. So we might as well go ahead and go in this draft and get us a guy that can help us out on defense. So that's my theory. So don't take that with a grain of salt, man. But I just wanted to talk to you guys, man, about that. Interesting that Dan Orvlowski brought up all the same points that I've been trying to make, man. Shout out to Micro Mike, Mr. Troxel, Noble Sports Entertainment, man. TA, Gridiron, all the guys, man. Dern, Mr. Oram. Woo! Mr. Oram, man beast, man. Hitman. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, Dose of Dion. I've been watching so much content, man. Nomis. Oh, man. Still appreciate, Mobby and the stories he gave. Background for a lot of the players that we have, man. Especially him and Dose of Dion. Appreciate y'all dudes, man. Y'all got to go to their channels and get the backgrounds on these guys, man. Especially some of the undrafted free agents that we signed. Bob Quinn goes out again and get the top undrafted free agent again, at tight end. So, yeah, that's starting to become a habit with him. Last year, it was Bo Benzois. And, this year, we got us a young tight end that can absolutely ball. So that's always fun. As far as improvements on the team, I'm looking for guys to take the next leap forward. As I said again, Jared Davis is built like an absolute tank this season, and I'm looking forward for him to take a step forward. I'm looking forward to Bo Benzois to take a step forward. Some of the other young guys, we have some solid guys, some solid backups. Michael Ford, I definitely like him. At young corner, man, he's a solid backup. Guys are going to improve. Chemistry's going to get better. Second year up under Darrell Bevel is going to be amazing, and especially with the added punch that we have now. Speedy guys everywhere. So I'm excited. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited, man. Hopefully the Lions will listen to me and Gridiron and go and get Mr. Everson, okay? Go get Everson Griffin, damn it. But yeah, I don't know. Been talking too long. 14 minutes. I'll catch you guys later, man. Peace.